How's it going, everybody? Today is a beautiful day, but I'm just struggling. I'm grieved because people do not understand God, and it's troublesome because God has made it so simple for us to achieve salvation, and we stumble and we stumble and we stumble and we fall. But people, please understand the gospel. If you do not completely understand the gospel, sit and watch this video. I'm going to explain two scenarios of how it's going to go on Judgment Day for billions of people. Because I asked another person the other day, uh, what is their confidence level that they're going to make it into heaven? And they said, oh, about 80%. And I said, well, how'd you get to the 80%? They said, well, I've done some good things and I volunteered and donated some things at the soup kitchen before. And instantly, red flags, right? That's works. When they get in front of a righteous, almighty God, they're going to trust in themselves to get them to heaven. Why? It should not be that way. You cannot do enough good things to earn your way into heaven, period. Never can you do that. So, in front of an almighty, righteous God, where you have sins that aren't paid for, and the wages of sin is death, and they are going unpaid in front of that high court of law, the heavenly judgment, you're not going to stand. You're going to be fined guilty and have eternal punishment. That's bad. We don't want that. Heaven is the goal, right? So the correct way that it's going to go, that's one camp. The other camp, or the other alternative for people that are going to get into heaven, is because they say this answer when they get before the almighty righteous God and he says, why should I allow you into heaven? You point to Jesus sitting at the right hand of the Father where it says that he is seated. And you say, I put my faith and my trust in Jesus Christ for the atonement, the payment of my sins to wash them away and make me blameless before the almighty righteous God. He can impute his righteousness onto us. It's by faith through his grace that we are saved, not of works, lest any man should boast. When we do, the righteous people that believe and trust in him get into heaven, we're all going to be on the same playing field. We are only in by his grace through what he did. No man is going to get to heaven and say, I did more of these things on earth than you did, where one will be above one another. So that is the gospel. When you ask somebody what their confidence level to get into heaven is, and they're a believer trusting in Jesus, it's 100, it's 110, it's 115. Ding 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 ding. The bell does not get any higher for confidence level of getting into heaven. That is ultimate security, trusting in what he did and not trusting in what you can do, because you're going to fail, you're going to sin, you're going to have a bad day. But all the way through the wind and the storm and the waves and the tossing of the sea and tribulation and famine, and no matter what happens, if you're trusting in him, you're gonna make it into heaven, guaranteed. He did not fail. He came to earth on a mission to provide salvation for all the people that trust and believe in him. It is so simple. But please, 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 I'm begging you, understand the gospel. Understand the gospel. Read the gospels in the Bible, read them, and then read Paul's letters. He expands on the gospel and explains it in a beautiful way. If you have not taken the time in your lifetime to understand God and understand his gospel, do that today. And I hope my uh, kind of representation of what the gospel is clears it up for you, because we all need to understand the gospel. The hour is getting late. God is going to flip the chapter on humanity and move it into the next phase. He does want it to get into that heavenly phase already. So you got to get on board and you got to understand the gospel. Y'all have an absolute blessed day. I'm glad I was able to share that with you. Give a thumbs up if you made it to the end and you're trusting in the gospel yourself. And if you haven't, please trust in God's gospel. Whew. Y'all have a blessed day.